Every coin has a story, but some coins don't just tell history. They whisper secrets of forgotten minting rooms, wartime metal shortages, silent die cracks, accidental riches, and collectors who struck gold from pocket change. Welcome to the Coins Numismatic Series, where ordinary cents become extraordinary artifacts. 1964 Lincoln penny 1-cent coin without mint mark and fine condition. The 1964 Lincoln cent without a mint mark represents one of the most fascinating crossroads in modern American coinage, a year that sat quietly between dramatic economic shifts, rising inflation, and major changes in U.S. mint production technology. At first glance, a 1964 penny seems common, almost invisible among circulation finds. Millions of Americans spent them on gum, newspapers, bus fares, and jukebox songs without ever imagining their long-term value. Yet behind that humble copper surface lies a story of massive mintage numbers, transitional die usage, rare error varieties, and growing collector demand that continues to push select examples into impressive market territory. In 1964, the Philadelphia Mint produced Lincoln cents without a mint mark, following the long-standing tradition that Philadelphia coins typically carried no mint identifier. The nation was experiencing rising metal costs, and public hoarding of coins had become a serious issue. Silver coins were vanishing from circulation, and even copper cents were being saved by citizens who suspected future metal value increases. As a result, the U.S. Mint pushed production to extraordinary levels to meet circulation demand. Over 3 billion Lincoln cents were struck in Philadelphia in 1964 alone, making it one of the highest mintage penny years in American history. This massive output creates an illusion of universal commonness, but within that ocean of coins exist rare survivors, unusual die varieties, and condition rarities that collectors fiercely pursue. The design of the 1964 Lincoln penny remains faithful to Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's centennial birth anniversary. Lincoln faces right, bearing a dignified expression that symbolizes leadership, endurance, and national unity. The inscriptions include, "In God We Trust," above Lincoln's head, "Liberty," to the left, and the date, 1964, to the right. The reverse still features the Lincoln Memorial design introduced in 1959, showing the iconic Washington Monument-like structure with fine architectural detail, flanked by the inscriptions, "United States of America, E Pluribus Unum," and 1 cent. A tiny seated Lincoln statue can be seen inside the memorial when struck sharply, a detail that becomes a grating focal point for higher quality specimens. Compositionally, the 1964 penny is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it a rich reddish tone when freshly minted. Over decades, circulation exposure causes many coins to tone brown or develop environmental discoloration. Collectors categorize copper cents into 3 color designations: red, red-brown, and brown. Even in fine condition, a coin retaining strong original color can command a noticeable premium compared to heavily oxidized examples. Fine condition, while not mint state, still preserves solid design detail. Lincoln's hair strands remain visible, the jawline and coat contours are defined, and the memorial lines remain identifiable, though light or may soften sharp corners. A properly preserved fine-grade coin tells the story of circulation without being overly worn, making it desirable for collectors assembling date runs or affordable historical sets. Where the 1964 no-mint mark penny becomes truly interesting is in error and variety collecting. Several double die obverse and reverse varieties exist, though they are scarce and often overlooked by casual collectors. Some examples exhibit slight doubling on "In God We Trust," the date numerals, or Lincoln's profile. More dramatic double dies can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on clarity and condition. Another notable category includes repunched dates, die cracks, clipped planchets, off-center strikes, and broad strikes. Because of the enormous mintage volume, even rare error percentages still translate into a meaningful number of surviving examples, which keeps active trading alive in the marketplace. One particularly valuable category involves transitional die varieties and hub doubling anomalies that occurred during high-speed minting pressure. The Philadelphia Mint operated machinery at intense capacity in 1964, increasing the likelihood of die fatigue and imperfect alignments. Advanced collectors often use magnification tools to inspect lettering thickness, doubling separation, and alignment inconsistencies that distinguish legitimate varieties from machine doubling. Market value for a standard 1964 no-mint mark penny in fine condition typically remains modest, often ranging from a few cents to a couple of dollars depending on eye appeal and copper color. However, coins that display strong original red surfaces, minimal corrosion, and balanced wear can command higher premiums from collectors who appreciate visual quality even in circulated grades. Certified examples graded by professional services sometimes achieve stronger prices if they demonstrate exceptional preservation relative to grade. Error varieties dramatically change the value equation. A well-defined double die example can sell for several $100s, while rare and dramatic errors may exceed several $1,000s. Condition amplifies value exponentially. A fine-grade error coin with clean surfaces and clear doubling can outperform a heavily worn example by multiples. Collector demand for 1964 Lincoln cents remains strong for several reasons. First, it represents the final full year before the U.S. Mint eliminated silver from circulating coinage in 1965, making it part of the last chapter of traditional metallic coinage economics. Second, the high mintage encourages entry-level collectors to begin searching for varieties without excessive acquisition costs. Third, copper content continues to attract metal enthusiasts who appreciate intrinsic value trends. Finally, registry set builders seek the highest quality examples across every date, pushing competition even for seemingly common years. Another layer of fascination comes from hoarding patterns during the 1960s. Many Americans stored rolls of 1964 pennies in anticipation of future metal shortages. As a result, uncirculated rolls occasionally surfaced decades later, sometimes revealing pristine examples or previously undiscovered varieties. This phenomenon keeps the market dynamic and fuels ongoing interest among treasure hunters and roll searchers. From an educational standpoint, the 1964 penny offers an excellent gateway into numismatics. It demonstrates how mintage volume does not necessarily determine rarity, how condition impacts price, and how microscopic details create massive valuation differences. It also highlights the importance of historical context in understanding why certain years produce unusual minting anomalies. Long-term investment outlook for exceptional 1964 pennies remains positive, particularly for certified error varieties and high-grade red specimens. As copper cents gradually disappear from circulation due to hoarding and attrition, collector supply tightens. Demand continues to rise among younger collectors entering the hobby through online platforms and social media coin communities. Ultimately, the 1964 Lincoln penny without mint mark proves that even the most ordinary coin can hide extraordinary potential. Whether found in a dusty jar, inherited collection, or estate roll, its value lies not only in dollars but in the rich narrative of American manufacturing, economic transition, and collector passion. It reminds us that history doesn't always sit in museums. Sometimes it waits quietly in the palm of your hand, disguised as spare change. 1960 Lincoln penny 1-cent coin with mint mark D in fine condition. The 1960 Lincoln cent bearing the D mint mark opens a fascinating chapter in American coinage that blends Cold War-era economics, rapidly evolving mint technology, and one of the most studied variety years in Lincoln cent history. When collectors speak about 1960 pennies, they immediately think of double dies, small date and large date varieties, sharp Denver strikes, and the intense collector competition that followed the discovery of major errors. Even in fine condition, the 1960 D cent carries meaningful historical and market significance that continues to grow with every passing decade. The Denver Mint struck more than 1.5 billion Lincoln cents in 1960, a staggering production volume driven by post-war population growth, increased consumer spending, and the public's insatiable need for small change. The economy was expanding, vending machines were becoming common, suburban development surged, and cash transactions dominated daily life. Pennies circulated heavily, traveling through grocery stores, payphones, arcades, and school lunch counters. Despite this massive output, not all 1960 D pennies are equal. Certain varieties are genuinely scarce, and condition quality remains a powerful determinant of collector value. The design remains consistent with Brenner's Lincoln portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Lincoln's profile shows strong hair separation when well struck, and the Denver Mint was known for producing relatively sharp strikes compared to some other facilities. The D Mint mark appears just below the date on the obverse, slightly right of Lincoln's bust. In fine condition, the Mint mark remains clearly visible. The lettering retains crisp edges, and Lincoln's facial contours remain well-defined despite light circulation wear. One of the most significant numismatic features of the 1960 cent is the existence of both large date and small date varieties. Although this distinction is more famous on the Philadelphia issues, Denver also produced examples with subtle spacing differences in the numerals. The small date variety features a more compact and slightly higher position 0 in the date, while the large date shows wider spacing and thicker numerals. Identifying these differences requires careful comparison and magnification, making it a favorite hunting challenge among collectors. Even more exciting is the presence of double die varieties. The most famous double die occurs on the Philadelphia 1960 small date, but Denver also produced minor double dies that show doubling on the date, Liberty, and parts of Lincoln's profile. While less dramatic, these varieties still command significant premiums among specialists who seek to complete comprehensive variety sets. Minting technology in 1960 relied heavily on hubbing processes that occasionally created misaligned impressions. During high-speed production runs, dies experienced fatigue, cracking, and misalignment, resulting in repunched mint marks, die breaks, cuds, and off-center strikes. Repunched mint marks are especially appealing to collectors because they reflect manual punch placement practices that were phased out later in the decade. A clear repunched D mint mark can add substantial value even in fine condition. Compositionally, the 1960 D cent remains 95% copper with small amounts of tin and zinc. This high copper content gives the coin intrinsic metal appeal alongside collectible value. Over time, many examples have toned brown or developed surface spotting, making well-preserved coins increasingly scarce. Fine condition coins that retain original color balance, minimal corrosion, and clean fields remain desirable to both casual collectors and registry participants. Market value for a standard 1960 D penny in fine condition typically ranges modestly, often from a few cents to a couple of dollars depending on eye appeal. However, coins exhibiting premium color, sharp strike quality, or light original luster remnants can achieve higher prices. Certified examples often outperform raw coins due to buyer confidence and authenticity verification. Variety and error examples dramatically increase valuation potential. Minor double dies can reach tens to hundreds of dollars depending on clarity. Repunched mint mark varieties may command similar premiums. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and broad strikes attract error collectors who value visual impact and mechanical rarity. Dramatic errors in stable fine condition can reach several $100s or more. Collector demand remains consistently strong for the 1960 D cent because it offers layered collecting opportunities. Beginners can easily acquire standard examples, while advanced collectors pursue variety attribution, die state progression, and error specialization. The affordability of entry combined with the thrill of discovery keeps this date actively traded at coin shows, online auctions, and roll-searching communities. Another factor driving demand is the historical transition of mint practices. By the mid-1960s, mint mark placement and hubbing methods evolved significantly, reducing the frequency of certain manual anomalies. The 1960 D cent stands as a representative artifact of this transitional production era, preserving physical evidence of earlier minting craftsmanship. Long-term investment potential remains strongest for certified varieties and visually attractive error coins. As more collectors enter the hobby digitally and educational resources improve identification accuracy, demand for authenticated varieties continues to rise. Copper intrinsic value also provides a hedge effect that supports baseline pricing stability. The 1960 D penny demonstrates how abundance does not eliminate opportunity. Within billions of coins exist rare survivors that reward patience, knowledge, and curiosity. Every mint mark punch, Every die crack, every subtle doubling line tells a story of human engineering under industrial pressure. It transforms a simple cent into a historical document you can hold, examine, and preserve for future generations. 1970 Lincoln penny 1-cent coin without mint mark and fine condition. The 1970 Lincoln cent without a mint mark marks a pivotal period in American numismatics, bridging the optimism of the late 1960s with the inflationary pressures and cultural transformations of the early 1970s. It is a year remembered by collectors for one of the most famous double-die obverse ever produced in modern coinage history, making the ordinary-looking 1970 penny one of the most hunted coins in circulation. Even in fine condition, this date carries remarkable intrigue, market relevance, and long-term collector demand. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the 1970 cent bears no mint mark, following tradition. Over 2.5 billion examples were produced, ensuring widespread circulation. These coins passed through countless hands during an era of rapid social change, technological expansion, and economic uncertainty. Gas prices were rising. The space program dominated headlines, and everyday Americans relied heavily on cash transactions. Pennies circulated heavily, often becoming worn quickly, which makes well-preserved examples increasingly scarce decades later. The obverse design features Lincoln's familiar profile with inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, 1970. The reverse continues the Lincoln Memorial motif. Fine condition examples retain solid lettering definition, visible hair strands, and identifiable memorial columns, though minor flattening occurs on high points. Original copper color varies from red-brown to brown depending on storage and exposure history. The crown jewel of the 1970 cent is the legendary double-die obverse variety. This error shows dramatic doubling on "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, visible even without magnification. It occurred due to misaligned hub impressions during die creation. Only a limited number entered circulation before detection, making it one of the most valuable modern Lincoln cent errors. Even heavily circulated examples can sell for thousands of dollars, while higher-grade specimens command five-figure prices at auction. In addition to the famous double die, the 1970 cent also includes a small date and large date variety distinction. The small date variety shows a higher position 0 in the date with a more delicate numeral shape, while the large date has thicker numerals and a lower 0. The double die exists only on the small date variety, making identification crucial for collectors. This dual-layer variety structure increases the educational and hunting appeal of the coin. Minting errors such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, and cuds also appear on 1970 cents, though they are less common than in earlier decades due to improving quality control. Nevertheless, visually striking errors remain highly collectible and command premiums. Market value for a standard 1970 no mint mark penny in fine condition remains modest, often under a few dollars, depending on color and eye appeal. However, small date varieties carry slightly higher premiums, especially when well preserved. Certified examples of the double die variety reach exceptional prices and continue to appreciate steadily due to strong collector competition and limited supply. Collector demand for 1970 cents remains intense because it offers both affordable entry and life-changing discovery potential. Many collectors actively search rolls hoping to uncover the elusive double die. This ongoing treasure hunting culture keeps the date in constant numismatic conversation. From an investment perspective, authenticated double die examples remain among the strongest performers in the Lincoln cent market. Even standard examples benefit from the halo effect created by the famous error, sustaining baseline interest and liquidity. The 1970 Lincoln cent without mint mark reminds us that rarity can hide inside massive production numbers, waiting patiently for attentive eyes. It exemplifies how microscopic production errors can create legendary status in numismatics, turning an everyday cent into a prized historical artifact.